welcome guests. All right, I'm going to stop my share and let everyone look at each other here. Hi, everyone.
There you go. All right.
All right, so I'm going to...
We ready to start?
Spotlight the man, Manny, the myth.
Right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us this evening for the first annual Spartan East Side Promise Scholarship Awards event, presented jointly by the East Side Education Foundation and the Silicon Valley Education Foundation. This event has been 6 years in the making and involves a partnership among the East Side Education Foundation, the Silicon Valley Education Foundation, the East Side Alliance, and San José State University. We're going to be honoring students who have graduated from the East Side Union High School District and are attending San José State University as part of the Spartan East Side Promise. Before we get started, I'm going to pass the mic on to my colleague Peter Allen from our behind the scenes team to do some quick housekeeping, tell you where you could find the restrooms and the coffee, and then we'll get started with our event. Peter?
Okay. As you can see, I went with my David Bowie look today with that. Solar flare. How you doing, everyone? My name's Peter Allen. I'm excited to be your tech support manager for the evening. I just wanted to run through a few quick notes. As you heard as you were coming into the room, you're all going to be on mute until it's time for you to speak. So if you could just make sure that you stay on mute. You shouldn't be able to unmute yourself, but just make sure that you do that out of respect for everyone who's attending, and make sure everyone can hear the great speakers and program we have for you tonight. Video is optional, although we'd love to see your faces, so feel free to do that. This is an open meeting for video, so you can say hello to everyone, and we encourage the students who are being honored to wave and family members to wave to them via video when their names are called later. Also want to let you know we're going to be going for about an hour tonight. It might go a little bit over, but who knows if we're having a fun time. Just want to warn you. As far as code of conduct, just keep it clean. We do have a chat box open where you're welcome to drop, commendations and celebrations and salutations to all your friends and neighbors and fellow students, fellow award winners, family members. So feel free to do that. Just keep it clean. Obviously, respect everyone, and they will respect you. You can also, check the participants tab if you want to see who's in the room, right? And you can, message anyone you like, and make sure you give folks a shout out. And if you have any questions at all about the program, or if you want to know how you could, I don't know, donate to the scholarship fund, please check the chat, because we're going to be posting links to show you how you can do that later on, and some information about that. And if you should have an anonymous pledge later on, if you don't want to shout out like, hey, I'm going to give you, $1 billion, that would be great. You don't have to say it in the public chat. If you want to privately chat one of the hosts, myself, for example, or if you want to send an email to hello@eastside-fund.org, and that'll be on a slide later. You can send it there. And donations will be welcome all week. If you have any trouble hearing us at any time, make sure you raise your hand, and we will do our best to resolve that. It could be an audio issue on your end. But with that, I think that's all we have for now. I'm going to pass it back to Manny and let him take it away.
Thank you, Peter. So everyone, my name is Manny Barbera. I am currently the Vice President of the Board of the East Side Education Foundation, and I'm also have been involved with the Silicon Valley Education Foundation for the past 12 years in a variety of capacities. Mostly Vice President of their Advocacy and Thought Leadership Program, and currently I'm officially listed as the advisor to the CEO. That's what they do for retired people. So at this point, I would like to introduce one of our board members, Ramona Webb, to provide some inspiration for this evening's event. Mona?
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for that. As we begin to move through this celebration, this acknowledgement of genius, this honoring of talent and hard work, perseverance, deep investment and value, I want to first honor that I am speaking to you from Ohlone territory and on Ohlone land, and give honor to the stewards of this land and the ancestors who have laid before us in this space. And second, I would like to give us an opportunity to breathe as we are moving through this time of movement and pandemic, and a new understanding of family and fortitude and community, I've written this meditation. And so as opposed to us necessarily needing to close our eyes and breathe in, I invite you to take deep breaths when it feels easeful for you in your own rhythm and with each statement that I share. So this is an affirmation for you and those who are being awarded. And this is a moment of respite as we move through this time of change. And this meditation is dedicated to Breonna Taylor, 26 breaths. And on this first breath, let's take it collectively together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, in, and hold, and exhaling at your leisure. And continuing to take deep breaths with each statement of affirmation and value. Knowing that we are born with purpose and intention, we breathe, filling our lungs and our lives with what is necessary to hold meaning in this world. We breathe knowing that we are born deserving and worthy. We breathe knowing we are loved and lovable. We breathe knowing we are valuable and worthy of respect. We breathe knowing we are seen. We breathe knowing we are heard. We breathe a celebration of joy, of triumph, of truth, of devotion, of honor, of justice. We breathe in celebration of brilliance, and celebration of legacy, and celebration of the light that is your own, of all that has come together to create you in this world. We breathe a breath of celebration for your existence, because our self-care is what sustains us in these moments of reflection. And our investment in our own wellness and well-being is most important because we deserve it. And as we breathe in collectively, let us take a breath together. 1, 2, 3, in, and hold, and exhaling at your leisure. As we continue to take deep breaths in our own rhythm, remember that we ourselves are an honor, that we stand for what is best, what is good, what is valuable, what is true, and what is keeping our inner knowing and our own intuition moving us forward in our lives, knowing that we are the promise of change, that we are the promise of diversity, that we are a promise of excellence, and we are honoring the goodness that has come through the lives of those we are sharing this moment with. And on this, we take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, in, and hold, and exhaling at your leisure. And as we continue to breathe, we breathe in our goodness, we breathe in our sweetness, we breathe in our joy, we breathe in our love, we breathe in courage, we breathe in action, we breathe in our determination, we breathe in the breath of a better life, of a peaceful and positive and loving and faithful existence, knowing that joy is on the other side of our change. And on that, we take one last deep collective breath together. 1, 2, 3, in, and hold, and exhaling at your leisure. We let go, knowing that our breath of life sustains all of us. We let go, knowing that our breath is the breath of the ancestors we stand upon. We let go of our breath, knowing that we breathe for the life yet to come. As we have now taken 26 collective breaths on 26 affirmations in honor of the 26 years of Breonna Taylor, another genius light. So thank you for this moment. Thank you for your breath. Thank you for your celebration and your wellness. And let us continue to move forward with joy and sustaining peace. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mona. Thank you for those words. I hope that puts everyone in the right spirit for what we are going to be going through today and honoring the students who've worked so hard to get to this point. We're very lucky to have Ramona as part of our Eastside Education Foundation Board. The Spartan East Side Promise, in partnership with San José State University, affords the students who graduate from the East Side Alliance and the East Side Union High School District a pathway to the university. For those who might not be familiar with the East Side Alliance, it includes the East Side Union High School District, Chris Funk, Superintendent, and the 7 feeder elementary school districts. And I just want to mention those districts. We have Berryessa School District, Roxette Fuentes, Superintendent, Orchard School District, Wendy Rodalowitz, Alum Rock School District, Hilaria Bauer, Mount Pleasant, new Superintendent this year, Elita MacArthur, Franklin McKinley School District, Juan Cruz Superintendent, Evergreen School District, Emmy Flores, and the Oak Grove School District, my favorite, Jose Manzo Superintendent. If we can, and so if you'd like to donate, this is the text. You can text Eastside. I can't quite see that there, Peter. If you can kind of shrink that up a little bit.
It's 44321.
There you go, 44321. And you can see the slide on the bottom, the website where you can go ahead and donate. And just to let you know, this came in today. We already have a donation that we received, $5,000 from Excite Credit Union. I want to thank John Hogan and Excite Credit Union for their contribution to the our scholarship fund. So thank you, John. You're going to hear from John later on. So at this point, excuse me. At this point, we're hoping to continue to be raising funds during the year. Our goal is to try to raise as much as $75,000 to $100,000 by this time next year. And we want to continue to be able to offer these funds to the students. You can make the donation and you can see it's either $25, $50, or $100 or whatever you choose. At this time, I would like to introduce a good friend of mine, the president of the Eastside Education Board, Dan Moser. Dan was the former superintendent of the Eastside Union High School District. He also was a colleague of mine still is at the Silicon Valley Education Foundation, and he was a key leader in the development of the Eastside Alliance model. Dan?
Great. Thanks, Manny. I would like to speak briefly about the foundation. The vision of the Eastside Foundation is for Eastside students to succeed in school and beyond, to include college, career, and community. We accomplish that through a mission to create and promote bold and innovative programs, services, and partnerships in behalf of students and schools. Every 2 years, we hold a celebration to honor former Eastside graduates who have distinguished themselves in their career by inducting them into the Thomas P. Ryan Hall of Fame. Our next induction is planned for November 13th, 2021, just a year and a month away from now. We also support students attending San José State University through our Eastside Union High School District Summer Spartan program, providing an additional summer orientation experience to help with the transition from high school to college. This year, we are proud to support the students selected for our first set of scholarships for Eastside Union High School District, San José State University Spartans. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. And at this time, it's with pleasure that I now introduce the outstanding leader of the Silicon Valley Education Foundation, Lisa Andrew. I'm proud to have been associated in a variety of capacities with Silicon Valley Education Foundation for the past 12 years. Under Lisa's excellent leadership, SVEF continues to be the largest nonprofit that advocates for public education and supports students in all 9 Bay Area counties. Lisa also happens to be a member of the Eastside Union High School Hall of Fame. Lisa, thank you for being with us. You're on.
Yeah, thank you, Manny. And wow, what a proud moment for this Silver Creek Raider, for sure. So the mission of the Silicon Valley Education Foundation is to advocate and deliver for STEM education that inspires underserved students to succeed in college and career. But it's through our flagship program, Elevate Math, that we provide extended time instruction in mathematics to students in grades 3 through 12 to accelerate their path to college. Through our college advocacy work with the East Side Alliance, we provide a systemic approach that builds a pathway leading to college success, including initiatives like the Spartan East Side Promise. So I am really proud of the recipients tonight, because not only have they participated in really, really outstanding ways in their high school, but we also know that some of them are graduates of our flagship Elevate Math program. So I am really honored to be here to celebrate with them. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us tonight, Lisa. And before we present our first set of awards, we'd like to share a short video with you to give you a glimpse into the Spartan East Side Promise and why we do what we do. Our first video features Viridiana Galvez Garcia, a first-year San José State Spartan student who grew up in Mexico and also graduated this year from Overfeld High School. Outstanding principal there, Vito Chiala. Viridiana participated in the Spartan East Side Promise summer program, which was held entirely online for the first time this year. And she told us about what this meant to her. So if we can have the video.
For me, for college means me getting more educated.
I will say was something that I was really worried about, especially with the situation, with the coronavirus thing happening. My family wasn't doing good economically, so I thought that probably I wanted to take a gap year. But then I decided that I needed to go to college. Going to college means to me is basically an opportunity to grow as a person, to find what I'm passionate about, to make connections with other people, and to start building a better future for myself. At first it was hard, honestly. I thought I wasn't going to be able to succeed in the online learning environment, but the East Side Promise program really helped me, especially from people coming from the East Side, because as you know, people from the East Side, they don't always have the resources to succeed. And then having that program is really nice and it's really helpful. So I would say thank you so much for the program, taking the time to care about the students.
And we're back.
Thank you very much. I hope that moves you and you understand why we're doing the work that we were doing. So at this point, our first set of awards are going to go to students who just graduated from the Eastside Union High School District and are beginning their first year at San Jose State. And each of these students attended the Eastside Union High School District's Spartan Summer Program, and several participated in the Silicon Valley Education Foundation Elevate Math Program. So the first person who will be presenting the set of awards is Chris Funt, who is the superintendent of the Eastside Union High School Districts and one of the leaders of the East Side Alliance. He's been the co-chair. He served as co-chair of the East Side Alliance superintendent since its inception 6 years ago. I just want to make a comment. Chris is going to be leaving East Side this year, and I want to just publicly acknowledge him for his outstanding leadership and ensuring the success of the East Side Alliance and helping us get to this moment this evening. Chris?
Well, thank you, Manny. And as I begin my 9th year as superintendent of East Side, I have to reflect on one of my first early conversations when I took over as superintendent was with Manny and John Porter, the former superintendent of Franklin McKinley. And they had this idea of creating the East Side Alliance, and they presented it to me, and it was a no-brainer. Any way that we could bring the 7 feeder districts in and create alignment and create common professional development, particularly around mathematics, that was a win-win for all of our students on the East Side. So Manny, thank you for your leadership all these years. And it's just an honor that I'm the co-chair of the East Side Alliance, which again, when you think about our size, we are approximately the size of Oakland Unified and San Francisco Unified combined. We would be the 3rd largest school district in the state if we were a K-12 district. And through our partnership, we've worked with San Jose State to create the Spartan East Side Promise, where any student that meets the specific criteria will be accepted into San Jose State. So it's truly an honor that we get to kick off tonight's scholarship award winners for graduates who will be attending San Jose State and earning anywhere from $500 to $1,000 in scholarships. So our first recipient of our scholarship award goes to Jaspreet Kaur from Evergreen Valley High School, who also attended Treboya Middle School of the Evergreen Elementary School District. You can use your symbols to clap and cheer. Congratulations to Jaspreet. Second is Lena Nwu, Evergreen Valley High School and Treboya Middle School, also the Evergreen Elementary School District. Congratulations to Lena. Our next recipient is Blanca Velazquez, James Lick High School, also attended Shepherd Middle School of the Allen Rock School District. Blanca is also an Elevate Math alum, so congratulations to Blanca. And moving down, oh, I lost my spot here. Let me get back up there. And our next recipient is Andrew Cutforth from Santa Teresa High School and Burnell Intermediate School, which is part of the Oak Grove School District. And finally, our fifth recipient for me tonight is Samia Berry from Evergreen Valley High School and also Treboya Middle School from Evergreen Elementary School District. Let's give them all five of these recipients a great round of applause and thumbs up and smiley faces, whatever you choose to do to celebrate them. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. I'm sure you're proud of all those students just graduating this year. Thank you very much. So before we move on to the next, and congratulations to each one of those students, we have another video that puts the spotlight on Harrison Hong, a third-year San Jose State student who attended Andrew Hill and Sylvandale Middle School in the Franklin McKinley School District. Harrison participated in the Spartan East Side Promise summer program in 2018, and we had an event that year, and he was one of the student speakers and just was so inspirational that we've asked him to be part of our presentation this evening through a second video clip. So, Peter?
The thing that really inspires me is being able to say that I made it. College is a really big stepping stone for any parent to let their children take, because it usually signifies when someone is finally growing up. My parents moved here from Vietnam, and they did that so they can have a better life for themselves as well as their children. Having the help of the program really impacts the journey of that student, because they provide the resources as well as the help that they need in order to transition better into the college life and really relax their parents in their journeys that they took as well. My counselor that was in charge of the program at my high school, she was very passionate about trying to get students to engage with this opportunity to get that guaranteed admission to San Jose State. Really nice to have someone just care that much about your future, and it pushed me to try harder in my classes. Going to college means being able to make an impact on the world. It allows me to be able to help people on a greater scale in the future by handing me opportunities that people that don't go to college wouldn't be able to get.
That's great. Thank you, Harrison. That was just outstanding. And we hope to see you next year when you'll be hopefully receiving one of our scholarships as you enter your senior year. Next, I would like to introduce our next presenter, Heather Latimer. She's here on behalf of the San Jose State President, Mary Papazian, who was also our honoree at our last Eastside Education Foundation Hall of Fame dinner in 2019. Heather is the Dean of the Lurie College of Education at San Jose State University. Heather and San Jose State have been critical partners of the Eastside Alliance. She sits on the Eastside Alliance Superintendent's Council representing the university, and she's really brought a lot of energy and vision to the Lurie College of Education. And I want to take this opportunity, in addition to thanking President Mary Papazian, people who have been involved with the East Side Promise from the very beginning. Sherry Wiley, who's the Vice President of Student Admissions, and Director Deanna Gonzalez. I don't know if you're there, but I think you're out there somewhere. I want to thank you for all the work that you've done. And then Amanda Aldama, who has been the San Jose State contact for our summer program. And then from the East Side, Lori Matheson and Bin Liu were the counselors to help the students in their transition. So thank you to everyone. And at this point, I'll turn it over to Heather.
Great, thank you, Manny. So SJSU is a strong partner of the ESA and the Spartan East Side Promise, which provides a pathway for students to attend and graduate from San Jose State University, consistently ranked as one of the strongest and most transformative universities in the country. The Lurie College of Education at SJSU prepares most of the educators who teach and lead our school districts throughout the county, and we are particularly excited to welcome the first graduates who have come through the Spartan East Side Promise into our graduate programs as future educators. I'm happy to be here today to present these scholarships to students who participated in the Spartan East Side Promise summer program and are now seniors at San Jose State. And I'd encourage you, as I read out names, to clap and cheer and use the chat to voice your encouragement for these students. So our first student is Brett Feldman from Evergreen Valley High School and Chaboya Middle School of the Evergreen School District. Christian Frausto from Oak Grove High School and Herman Intermediate School of the Oak Grove School District. Denise Jip, Independence High School and Shepherd Middle School of the Alum Rock School District. Jennifer Neri, Evergreen High School and Quimby Middle School of the Evergreen Elementary School District. Ryan No, Independence High School and Sierra Mont Middle School of the Berryessa Elementary School District. Patrice Pauli, Overfelt High School and Campbell Middle School of the Campbell Elementary School District. Daisy Rivas, Overfelt High School and Ocala Middle School of the Alum Rock Union School District. Sanetta Rodriguez, Overfelt High School and Fisher Middle School of the Alum Rock Union School District. Twin Tong, Piedmont Hills High School and Easterbrook Middle School of the Moreland School District. And Eduardo Velasco, Independence High School and Morrill Middle School of the Berryessa Union School District. And I also want to say a big congratulations to the students' families, their parents, and a big thank you to their teachers who supported them all along the way of their education. Congratulations to all of our award recipients.
Thank you, Heather, and congratulations to all of the students. You know, a lot of us that are involved in this today are Spartans, Spartan alum. So we all share in the pride of seeing these students continue their education. And now we'd like to share our final student video. And this one is special because the student is here with us today and one of our scholarship winners. His name is Mark Santos. And here's what he had to say about the Spartan East Side Promise summer program and what it meant to him. Peter?
For me, for college means me getting more educated, that having the tools and expanding my bubble of being, instead of a small fishbowl to a larger fishbowl, for sure, that I see these array of other minds that really conflict, but also reconcile how I think about the world. The biggest thing that I've really caught onto and latched onto really is the support system at SJSU, that there's so many resources, and along with peer connections, that you're able to talk with someone and they know how you feel, they know the struggle, that they can lead you along the way, and that it's a nice helping hand to hold on to. With all this knowledge, it really helps me to become a better person and to improve myself, to see how I can help improve the world.
Thank you, Mark. That was absolutely terrific. By the way, if you haven't been to San Jose State, of course, now with the virus, we're all kind of sheltered in, but it's absolutely beautiful. And the new student union is just absolutely terrific. So thank you very much. And now for the final set of award recipients, we have Lisa from SVF and Dan from ESCF to announce the rest of the scholarships.
Great. Thanks again, Manny. So the following students are more rising San Jose Spartan seniors who attended the Eastside Union High School District Spartan Summer Program. Several also participated in the SVF Elevate Math Program and have already been giving back to the Eastside community. Good for you. Keep it up. So first we have Johanna Avalos, from Mount Pleasant High School and Boger Middle School, the Mount Pleasant Elementary School District. And we have Bhavya Bugatha from Evergreen High School and Shaboya Middle School of the Evergreen Elementary School District, my alma mater. You think I should be able to say that one. April Corral of Oak Grove High School and Burnell Intermediate School of the Oak Grove School District. James Doe of Piedmont Hills High School and Renaissance Middle School of the Alum Rock School District. Vivian Ho of Santa Teresa High School and Orchard Middle School of the Orchard School District. And Hiska Khan from James Lick High School and Graham Middle School of the Mountain View Wistman School District. Congratulations to all of you. Dan?
To continue with the San Jose State University Rising Seniors, congratulations to our first one here, Allison Mungari from Evergreen Valley High School and the Quimby Middle School of the Evergreen Elementary School District. Next, congratulations to Jack Pham from Piedmont Hills High School and the Sierramont Middle School of the Berryessa Union School District. Next, we have Mark Santos from the Oak Grove High School and the Herman Intermediate School of the Oak Grove School District. Then we have Tina Tran from Piedmont Hills High School and Sierramont Middle School of the Berryessa Union High School, Berryessa Union School District. Next, we have Zinnia Tran from Silver Creek High School, and she is from Sylvandale Middle School of the Franklin McKinley School District. And we have Kiara Vargas from Santa Teresa High School and from Burnell Intermediate School from the Oak Grove School District. Congratulations to all our students. Great job.
Congratulations, everyone. Thank you very much, Dan, and congratulations to all of the students. You know, before I introduce our next speaker, I do want to say something about the East Side Alliance, because we have a model here that's very, very unique. We are the only system of education that offers all three components of a college promise, which is the Spartan East Side Promise for San Jose State, and then a college savings program, which you'll hear about in just a little bit from John Hogan. And thirdly, this evening kind of rounds that out with a scholarship program. So all three are now in place, and we're very happy to be able to support all these students and the entire East Side Alliance. So thank you, Lisa and Dan. Now I would like to introduce the Santa Clara County Office of Education Superintendent, Dr. Marianne Dewine. Dr. Dewan has been a strong supporter of the East Side Alliance. So she's provided funding to help with professional development for teachers. And she's also been a partner in sponsoring the annual College Week, which will be coming up in October and very soon in October. She's been a very strong partner of the East Side Alliance. It's my pleasure at this time to introduce Marianne Dewine. Marianne?
Thank you so much, Manny. Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Marianne Dewine, County Superintendent of Schools, and I like to say your County Superintendent of Schools. And I'm delighted to be here tonight to celebrate with all of you. Congratulations to all of the awardees and to the leaders who've come together for this important event. We are in the company of truly inspiring leaders whose deep commitment to education and to community drives our ongoing progress. I also want to thank all of the family members and parents who support our students, and to all the educators and support personnel who also support our students in their journey. I think it's important to take a moment to acknowledge this moment of time, this moment in history that we're all living. The history being made all around us. It's not the crisis or the losses or the fast-paced changes that are going to ultimately define us, but really rather our response to them. And I believe that at the heart of it all, we must keep a focus on our response as one in which we keep our youth and their health and education and well-being at the forefront. An entire generation of young people are experiencing education in a completely different way, in a way none of us ever imagined. And we must rally in partnership and respond in ways that allow them to develop the creativity, cognitive abilities, and skills to thrive and gain a personal view of education as a lifelong commitment. I think we can all agree that educating our youth is a must for our economy, our democracy, and our community. And the link between education and individual economic success is well documented. For these reasons and more, education is at the heart of the Spartan East Side Promise, because our job is not done when our students reach high school graduation. Indeed, in today's economy, it's only the beginning. Our goal is to see that our investments in motivating and educating students in our homes and in the elementary and secondary schools provide the students with the ability to pursue the advanced education and training that today's labor market values so highly. A truly outstanding education is one that instills in students the power of their voice, their ability to discern and deliberate, to engage in civic dialogues, demonstrate values and ethical behaviors. Because public education is the foundation of our democracy, and our community depends greatly on an educated workforce. Recognizing the importance of communities' commitment to education as a path to equal opportunity, to equity, dates back at least to Frederick Douglass. We must all resolve to keep that long-standing commitment strong. Congratulations to all of you for keeping that long-standing commitment to our youth. I close with a few asks of our Spartan East Side Promise Scholarship awardees. First, if you haven't yet, register to vote. Once you're registered, vote. Make sure your family's completed the census and do something kind for a friend, family member, colleague, or stranger. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Marianne. Those are wonderful words. And, you know, Marianne touched on something. By the way, if you're so moved, a reminder that there is a donate button there that you can use to donate to the scholarship for the students. But Marianne touched on something there. Our interest is not just to get students to enroll in college. Ours is to get them to graduate from college. So it's one thing to enroll, and we want to help them a little bit along the way. And the Silicon Valley Education Foundation does a fabulous job with their programs and the Elevate math program, the advocacy to help them get through the pathway to get to university. And then we hope that they will eventually graduate. So thank you very much, Marianne. At this time, I would like to introduce to you two of our very strong partners that have been partners with the East Side Alliance, the Silicon Valley Education Foundation, and the East Side Education Foundation. I mentioned Excite Credit Union. John Hogan is the vice president. You'll be hearing from him. Excite Credit Union provided the third leg of our little triangle model that we wanted, which is a college savings program that we wanted to model after San Francisco. It was really, really hard to find partners, and Excite Credit Union really stepped up. Not only to, you know, they contributed the $5,000 this evening, they've already contributed $17,000 to support of our Hall of Fame dinner. They also are support the Silicon Valley Half Marathon, which you're going to hear about in just a little bit. They've been a supporter of the Silicon Valley Education Foundation, and they've also been help sponsor College Week, and of course, what you're going to hear about the College Savings Program. So it's my pleasure to please welcome John Hogan, Vice President at Excite Credit Union. John.
Great, thank you very much, Manny. Our team at Excite Credit Union is thrilled to sponsor and support the Spartan East Side Scholarship Program, and congratulations to the 27 scholars that are part of the first class of award winners. The Excite team's really proud to have supported your efforts through the cash grants and through our presenting sponsorship of the Silicon Valley Half and the Food Truck 5K, which I managed to finish. We're also honored to be helping with that third leg of the program, which is the college savings component. Excite Credit Union really believes that every child should have a college savings account, and we're here to make that easy. In fact, we have a special program for the East Side Alliance families by offering our Step Up Savings program to your children. So we'd really appreciate all of your help in spreading the word about Step Up Savings at your schools and with your friends and neighbors. This account, Excite contributes the first $50. The family does not need to make an opening deposit, and then we'll match up to $25 of the deposits each year, and the account will pay 5% interest. Of course, the account works great for young children, but we want you to know that it can work for high school students as well. In fact, a high school senior can open an account before the end of the year. We'll put in the first 50, and if you put in 25, we'll match that on January 1st. And then we'll pay an extra 25 on your 18th birthday. Where else can you turn $25 into $125 just like that? And for your older teens and your young adults, such as our scholars at San José State, our free Jumpstart checking also will pay 5% interest on both checking and savings. And that's a great way to get your money working as hard as you do. So please, we'll ask you. My colleague Daisy Castro is on with us, and she's a Spartan, as is my wife. And we both ask you, we want to offer these programs to every young person in the East Side Alliance. So students, teachers, and administrators, please help us spread the word. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. If you're wondering why this focus on savings, so as I mentioned, our model includes the Spartan East Side Promise, which is modeled after the Long Beach model. The scholarship program is modeled after the Oakland Promise, and the savings one is modeled after San Francisco. And the reason that we emphasize this is that the research has shown that if a family saves as little as $500 in a college savings account, specifically for that, they are, get ready for this, 4 times more likely to graduate from college. Not just enroll in college, but to graduate. And the person that helped with that research, I think he's out there somewhere. I want to acknowledge my former colleague from the Silicon Valley Education Foundation, Roger Herrick. He was an Encore Fellow. Spent a year working on this and researching this savings model. And he's since moved to Georgia, and he's kept interest in this. And I know he's really proud out there today that we finally found someone to support our savings component. So thank you very much, John. And thank you, Roger, for all the help you did going back 5-6 years ago on this. Thank you very much. Our next partner that I would like you to meet is the founder of Soul Focus Sports. And Soul Focus Sports presents the Silicon Valley Half Marathon. And we look forward when we can, come back to time where we can run as a community. Well, maybe walk, not run. But we're proud that Soul Focus Sports has already contributed $34,000 to the scholarship fund through their work and their contributions and the sponsorship. So I can't thank JT enough for everything that he's done. So at this point, I'd like to turn it over to JT, and he has a few words to say to you. JT?
Thanks, Manny. Again, my name is JT Service. I'm the founder of Soul Focus Sports and Run Local Events. Our Run Local Events puts on a very special event annually called the Silicon Valley Half Marathon. It's now presented by Excite Credit Union. So I've become good friends with John Hogan, and we could take some tips probably on the saving side because we're not great at saving. We're pretty good at giving. But that $34,000 is not only a product of what we've been able to give, but it's also a product of what some of our runners have been able to give, and also a product of what our sponsors are stepping up to give as well. So John and his team, we took half of their presenting sponsorship, and it went straight to the Spartan Promise. So it's something we're really proud of. It's been SVEF and Spartan Promise have been our partner from the very beginning, going on 3 years. Of course, this year we weren't able to hold the event in person, but we were able to run it virtually. So we still have about 2,000 runners this week actually running a 5K, a 10K, or a half marathon. And we expected some of this money to go down in terms of fundraising, and it only went up this year. So I think it really shows the commitment to local communities, and we're proud of our runners, we're proud of our sponsors, and we're happy to be partners here. So thank you, everyone, and really thank you, John, and Excite Credit Union and Manny for including us.
Thank you, JT. And your contributions made a huge difference. You can see from the scholarships this evening. Now, I can't run a half marathon in person, but I can do it virtually. So
that's right.
Perhaps you'll join me and we'll start running virtually and pick our contributions. So thank you, John and JT, for being great partners in your support, and we're really, really grateful. The last speaker that we have, we'd like to introduce you and welcome to a good friend of mine and an outstanding leader in his own right, former superintendent as well. And that's my good friend, Maurice Geisels, who has some words for you. He's recently joined our team on the development side. And Maurice has, well, I'd like to say a few words to you, Maurice.
Thank you. Thank you, Manny. You know, I really want to commend the Silicon Valley Education Foundation and the East Side Education Foundation for all the work that they've done to get students into San Jose State. It starts when they're young, and it's about access. What I really want to emphasize is how critical it is that we give to keep our students in San Jose State. You know, it's really, there's an interesting thread that goes on when we interview students. They don't know that they have financial challenges. We really have to dig it out of them to realize that. And their risk of dropping out because they just can't afford it in these times is very severe. And what I ask you to do is dig deep in your pocket, dig deep in your pockets, because our students need to cross the finish line. It's really easy just to say it's too much, it's just unaffordable, and I'm going to drop out. Now, we do very well with our students. So many students wouldn't be admitted into San Jose State with all of our efforts. But it's that through line. It's getting to the finish line. It's completing and graduating. I loved what one of the students, Harrison, said. The greatest inspiration is, I made it. And that's what these scholarships are all about. It's getting that sheepskin, achieving their goal, and graduating. So anything you can do tonight to keep our students in school and to keep them motivated, and ultimately in the end, like Marianne was saying, just incredible contributors to our society. They're great. I want to call them kids. They're great, young, inspirational students. And as a Spartan myself, I can't think of a better cause. So you see it there, donate, text Eastside 44-321, or you see the URL there. Please give to keep our students in school and make them, help them, enable them to cross the finish line.
Thank you very much, Maurice, and appreciate everything you've done for us already. So at this point, we're getting close to the end here, and we're going to be done on time. And we're going to have some final inspirational words from Ramona to end the evening. And but there are some people that I'd like to thank. Obviously, all the speakers this evening: Dan, Lisa, Chris, Heather, are members of the board of the Eastside Education Foundation. John Hogan from Excite, JT from Soul Focus Sports, Maurice, of course, who you met, and in the background, Peter Allen, who's just done an outstanding job producing this event, and my former right arm when we worked together at the Silicon Valley Education Foundation, and now a board member, Kirsten Liepman, has been of tremendous help, and our business staff, Denise Johnson. So I want to thank them. I also want to thank Dave House and the House Foundation for their generous grant of $25,000 in support of the Eastside Education Foundation Spartan Summer Program, and also the scholarship fund. So a lot of people to thank. And as I mentioned, I mentioned Roger Herrick for the work that we worked together on the college savings component and the Eastside Alliance. I also want to thank the work of TJ Reed, who produced the videos. He's a recent San Jose Spartan graduate, did a fabulous job. So thank you, TJ. And I want to acknowledge some other people who have worked on this. We had a College in My Future committee that I told you has been 6 years in the making over at the Silicon Valley Education Foundation. And I would like to thank those individuals this evening, Kim Goodbill from the Shortino Foundation, Sonia Ramos from CalSOAP, and Claudia Morales from UC Berkeley. And I especially want to thank Barb Service, who not only was on that committee, but has been involved with me in the pilots when we were running it on a shoestring and you know, kind of in fits and starts, and has worked so much on this, and has also been contributing monthly through her salary. I want to acknowledge that she's given a lot. So Barb, thank you very much for not only being a great friend, but also for your contribution to the work this evening. At this point, I'm going to thank everyone for attending, and I really appreciate you being here and spending your time. I'm sure you had many other things that you could be doing. I hope that you were inspired by the students and the work that we're doing here. And at this point, I would like to turn it over to Mona, and she's going to end our evening with some final words. Mona?
Yes, thank you so much. Tonight has been a true honor and a true gift and a beautiful vision of the community. This piece is called A Poem for Spartans, dedicated to our honorees. Know your legacy. Know that your legacy is impactful, opens doors, holds space, inspires our families, represents our communities and our community's values. You inform our hope, articulate what our moment of challenge and change looks like. Decide now how to share your talents, your good intentions, your gifts, your success. Your time is your own. Your impact is waiting. Decide now how to share your talents, your gifts, your good intentions, your success, because you are absolutely necessary. Know your worth. Believe in your ability to live with impact, that your voice is absolutely necessary. Ride the wind of growth and change. Know you are loved. Your families, your homes, your communities, your legacy holders applaud your success. Know your strength. Just because you're afraid doesn't mean you won't be brave. Just because you're brave doesn't mean that you can't be scared. Courage is where we find ourselves in our most thoughtful moments, in our most need. Know you are historic, even in the echo of an apocalyptic sky. A brave new movement of change in the midst of a pandemic's challenges. You have continued to rise. You have continued to thrive. You continue to speak through your actions with your voice. You are extraordinary. And because you are, we are extraordinary too. Thank you for being our representatives in the world of goodness, of grace, of value, of worthiness, of intelligence and intellectual genius. Thank you for all that has come before you to make sure that you exist. And thank you for what you do in our community to represent us all. Ashe.
Thank you, Mona. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Ramona. Have a good evening, and thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you so much. Thanks for giving.
And folks, if you want to keep donating, we're going to keep this portal open all week. So keep giving. You can go to the URL. We'll send it all out to you in a follow-up email if you didn't get it written down. But again, thanks for coming in. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Jessica, and all the donors. Wow, Richard, thank you so much. Very generous.
Congratulations, students.